I'm going to give you a little bit of a walking tour, so you'll see me throughout the video, down in that corner. The hall. I thought I'd let you know that when we moved into this flat a year ago, it was totally unfurnished, so pretty much everything in the flat that you see, I've probably thrifted or found secondhand. I don't think there's anything that we've bought outright new in the house, which I'm quite proud of. So as you come into the house, you're in the hall, and this is very much a transitional space. So a couple of trinkets, a couple of candles, a couple of coats, pairs of shoes, those kinds of things are in the hall. So I found that chair on the street, which is amazing. And my mum made that pillow, which is me and Stan appliqued on it. And this is a little bit weird. So Mez made a clay model of Stan, and every time we find his whiskers, we put them in there. And he's like my doorway good omen. And our other hallway guardians are Paul and Barry Chuckle from the Chuckle Brothers, which is a UK TV show for children. And I don't know why we have these cutouts, but we do. The office. Now you are entering the office, which is where Mez works and paints and does all of his projects. Because I have monopoly over quite a lot of the house, this room is just for Mez. So all of his different bits and bobs on the wall, things that inspire him, because he does a lot of sign painting and design work. And I've even managed to catch him painting a little bit of a sign for you. So I hope you'll enjoy watching that. A lot of the art and trinkets and bits and bobs in the house are either like secondhand or found in markets, or they're actually from our friends, because we like to collect a lot of artwork from our friends, and that's pretty much what's on display everywhere. The wardrobe. Very intense wardrobe. So I'm going to just talk you through where I keep things. So on this wall in between the two doors, I've got my scarves and then Merrick's hats, and then a couple of these pictures that I'm trying to collect a couple more of from the 70s high up. My clown picture, hats, all in that empty space up there. Found this lamp not so long ago, and isn't it gorgeous? But yeah, my goal was just to display everything. I love everything on display. On one side, I've got all my dresses, which you kind of see most of, I'm sure, in a lot of my content. And then underneath that, I have like a big chest of drawers, which I found on the street, actually. It was part of a set, and there's the other one. That one's got my shoes in, and this one's got my t-shirts and jeans and trousers I don't wear so often. Above that, I have like sets and shirts and kind of like nicer tops that need steaming or hanging. And then above that, more stuff. And if you're wondering where Merrick's clothes are, that little chunk I just shown you then, that's where they are. Hats and bags all hanging wherever they can, jumpers tucked down the side, and then on my chest of drawers on the top there is where I should put most of my jewellery and things that are little and like easy to get lost. We've got jumpers, we've got bags. On one side, I've got my suits, and on the other side, I've got my more formal blazers. And Mez came up with a really genius way to hang them, which was using a curtain pole balanced on the top and tied on, and each side hangs over a little bit. How clever is that? And something that I thought I did that was very clever is my bangles. I've just put them on a kitchen roll holder, and that way I don't lose them or they don't fall. But yeah, belts in the corner, pictures all around my mirror, and these are postcards that I collect, mostly from the 20s or from the 70s, either or, and you'll see them all just down the side of the mirror. I need to be like, I need constant things around me all the time. That's kind of how my brain is most inspired, I suppose. But yeah, my wardrobe. The bedroom. My favourite part of the bedroom, this tiny door. There's not another door in the house that's as small as this, but I love it. It's so cute. Now, one thing you'll see in my bedroom, it's quite small, it's quite minimal. I've got this little entryway table that I use as a dressing table because the space is too narrow. And I'll tell you something, I bought it from the antique shop, completely separate to my bedside tables, but they match. Here's a piece of artwork Merrick made from a skateboard that he chopped and painted and made with gold leaf. Beautiful. And then you'll see in a second a really cool part of our bedroom. We've got a door there. That's the cat's bed. But behind that, we've got a door there, and that actually leads to Merrick's office. Look! Now, I must admit, I do use the bedroom as an overspill for my more special display pieces, but look at this one feature that is amazing. We have a safe, an original safe built into the bedroom. I don't know what to put in it. Guys, comment below. What should I put in my safe? We've been thinking of it for the last year, but we just don't know what to put in there. I love the picture on the side and everything, all the details, so nice. Need to make a bit more of a feature of it maybe. Now I think it's painfully obvious which side of the bed is mine. This one. I've got a little whole corner going on with my Montpellier things, my clown jacket, the picture that Izzy bought me, which for some weird reason reminds me of like me, Mez and Stan, even though that's a dog and it doesn't look anything like us, but the energy is the same. Now, if you noticed, our bedside tables match the entry table that I was speaking about earlier perfectly. Go back and check, you'll see what I mean. And one thing I did, which I thought was really clever, was use 2 floor cushions as our headboard. That way, if we ever need an extra cushion somewhere else, we can just pull them and it's a bit more comfier and cozier in the front room or something like that. Got those pictures for €1. Aren't they great? Super 80s chic. And here are the lamps at night, and I always think it's so cozy and lovely and nice that it's feel like we're in a cave. Now, the main thing that drew me to this house were those beautiful glass doors, and there's a window also, the matching in the hallway. And if the house is split into 2 sides, and we've got this little hallway that you're about to see now. And these pictures that I've hung up there were actually drawn by my granddad, and you'll see the dates on them. I'll do a little zoom in. E-Webb, his initials, and then 1946, and I think one's 1945 too. But aren't they amazing? We didn't know he could draw. We found them after he died. I never met him actually. He died before I was born even, so. The kitchen. Even my kitchen couldn't quite escape me and my tat. So yeah, crap everywhere, as you can guess by now, I'm sure. But my fave part of the kitchen is the black and white tile, which you'll see in a second. Mez actually hand painted those because I always wanted a black and white tiled kitchen or bathroom, either or. I'm not fussy. And Mez, when I was on holiday one time, painted it all for me, and it was a surprise and I didn't know. When I came back, I was delighted, to say the least. Very cute cat, just to throw that in there too. This is a very cool feature. It's a massive chimney. And you can hear people up there. Well, you can hear the guy that lives on the roof, but still, sometimes it's a little bit spooky. Does anyone not collect magnets? I like to ask my friends to bring them from their travels, or if I've been on travels, I bring them and add them, and hopefully it'll be covered with travels soon. The toilet. Our toilet's about 1,000 years old. It's old. The house is old. I think it predates the 1800s. I just needed to try and liven it up, so I just made it into a jungle. I tiled that, by the way. And I found this dog poster from the antique shop, and it's really nice toilet reading. You can work out what dog you're feeling that day. No idea who she is. Just thought she was cute. Welcome to the other side of the house. Our house is kind of mirrored. 2 rooms and 2 rooms with a big hallway. The dining room. On one side, we have the dining room, which is kind of like a boardroom. I found all these chairs secondhand and walked across the city with them to bring them back. And this feature was the only feature in the house that it had already. The big blue chandelier, which is just gorgeous. I love it. I love how that kind of modernizes everything, because quite a lot of the things we have are old, and I like to play with that kind of new and old kind of vibe, if you will. How could I not have a bar cart? and that's Stanley's little drinking station. Stanley drinks from a glass of filtered water. He won't drink from a bowl, so do with that information what you will. And these two drawings are from my friend Herson, our friend Herson, who does quite a lot of my tattoos. Again, repping the friends. And in there is my sewing stuff, tucked away in a gorgeous little, I think it's kind of a church pew thing. I don't know, but what I like about it is, and you'll see when we go into the living room, I've done a little bit of a mirroring situation with it here, the pictures and the brown wooden stands. The living room. And to your right, ladies and gentlemen, is my living room. I'm a cozy girl at heart. I love my home. My home is really important to me, so I do my best to kind of make it the most cozy, colourful, happy place that I can. Special guest appearance from the banana. I've got a big stack of books that I'm slowly working on a bit of a collection of, and this is my big gallery wall. It took me ages to get this right. I think I've just about nailed it. I just wanted to also highlight to you while we're still here, the Kababy on board you're about to see was hand painted on glass, reverse glass by Merrick as a gift for me. Isn't it amazing? We love it. But such an eclectic mix of things here. We've got some barrel cut, we've got some Miro, we've got some old kind of ship tile work, and then some pictures of our friends, obviously, of course. And That's All Folks was also by Merrick. I requested it because we used to have an archway in our house and it was to go around there, so now it's got a new home. This table was probably the most expensive thing that I've ever bought for the house, and it was €175, and I actually got it from Wallapop, which is kind of a second-hand selling furniture site here, and it is truly my prized possession. I bought those two pictures of those women because I needed something quite big for that wall, for €10 for both of them, and I just think they fit the space perfectly. And this lamp I picked up from Hospital San Pau, which is one of the biggest Art Deco buildings in Europe. I couldn't believe it. Again from Wallapop, the same place as the table. It's just the most perfect lamp ever. I wanted something to mirror the blue chandelier but in an equally bold colour, and look how it turns on. And you may remember, if you've seen any of my content before, this is a collection that I've been working on for years of the Green Lady. I try and get them in all different ways that I can, and special shout out to the TV, I guess. This is a vintage toy called Peepo, the smoking boy, apparently from the 50s and popular, and he literally smokes that cigarette that's in his mouth. I just burnt it, so sorry I can't show you that. The sunroom. And we're coming to the end, guys, actually. This is the sunroom. We don't really have an outside space apart from the balconies through the other side of the house. So this is our kind of brightest, lightest room, and you're probably the most familiar with this because I use it for most of my filming. And this is also where I hang my washing. And sneak peek of my internal part of the house, which normally you wouldn't have access or be able to see if it wasn't for me. This is all private space for people that live here, basically. So I kind of have a bit more plans of this space. There's quite a lot of things I still want to do to the house, and this being kind of the main space to come first. I want to make a little bit more of a reading working space. So I want a nice comfy chair, a little table, just somewhere you can kind of sit and enjoy the bright light and the sunshine and the kind of view, I suppose. So that's on my to-do list, and hopefully I'll get that done soon. The shower room. And very randomly, this is our little shower room that's connected to the sunroom. They've painted the tiles, whoever was here before me, and I don't know why they did because the tiles are so nice. There's my view. I like to do a little bit of Tom peeping out the window while I'm showering. I'm going to scrape the paint off the tiles when I get some time, but for now, that's all. And if you were wondering where Stanley is, he's here. it, guys, my house. That was a very quick tour. I'm a little bit out of breath, I cannot lie to you, but that was it. I've been here for a year, as I said, so it's still very much a work in progress, but I'm a big believer in that your space should be constantly evolving as you evolve. I think it's really nice to change things up, add things, take away things, move things around. I was one of those girls that was up till like 3 o'clock in the morning rearranging her room, only to put it back again because nothing actually fits any other way. But I think you need it to shake up the energy every now and then. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of my house. I love my house. It's an extension of me and somewhere that I like to feel very comfortable and safe and cozy and a real base. I'm a homebody, what can I say? I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, you can give me a little bit of a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, whatever floats your boat. And that's all from me this week. So I'll bid you adieu and see you next time.